oh, I don't want to be nominated just because I'm fat. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
And so this was actually
Wow.
conversation.
Yeah.
You were
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Shapely TV. We've been going for a minute now. We back with the jump on. And for our first episode back in a long time, this is going to be a great one. We have the amazing Tawana Blassingame here. You guys know Toya.
Hi, guys.
Okay.
She's like, fine.
The amazing Tawana, owner, founder of Queen Size Magazine, also of the Full Figured Industry Awards, also known as the Fires. I'm gonna not do this and let her introduce herself. Drop your credentials.
I mean, that was pretty much it. So
Okay.
I am the CEO and editor-in-chief of Queen Size Magazine and the executive producer of the Full Figured Industry Awards. That's who I am in a nutshell.
Yes. And this we have here because this episode is themed around plus excellence, right? And guess what, guys? Excellence is the drinking word of the episode. So every time you hear the word excellence, if you're 21 and only if you're 21, take a shot. Now, let's get right into it. I have so much to say about my experience. You guys know I'm emotional, so if you hear my voice crack, and Toya's gonna jump in. But I went to the Fires last year. It's going on this year. And what I was telling Toya, one of the things I greatly appreciate is that it's not only fashion.
Right.
And I feel like, for people like me who are plus size but aren't just in that fashion box, it gives us a chance to shine.
Right.
And I greatly appreciate that. So could you explain to the audience a little bit about what the Fires are and how did you get started?
So I started the Full Figure Industry Awards because I used to watch the award shows, right? And then, you don't really see people like us walking the red carpet. So I was like, why don't we have that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and I feel like it gives our designers an opportunity to have their designs on red carpets who may not otherwise have. You know what I mean? Because people from the ANC ain't really calling them out designers up and like, hey, can you dress me? You know what I mean? So we should have our moment.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you're not finding the award shows, the mainstream award shows, honoring the plus size professionals who are in the fashion arena or who are just killing the game, just living in their bodies and just being amazing. So why can't we have our own? So that's why we started the Full Figure Industry Awards. It's not just about fashion.
I feel like you can always look for the one who's like the hottest for the mainstream stuff, and that makes it unnecessarily competitive, right?
Yeah. Because
if there's only one, you have so many people that do good work but miss out.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing my experience, I appreciate the authenticity of it. I'm an empath. I'm a hyper emotional person, and a lot of times we walk through this world as plus size people, and some of us have had more traumas than others. And when I sat in the audience, like, I felt validated as a person hearing so many stories that sounded like mine.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's missing from award shows. They get up there, they thank God, they thank their mama, they thank the beat, but nobody really shares their stories of hardship.
Right.
And when they do, the music comes on. It's like the Sandman is coming out to yank you off the stage. So in that moment, I think people like me and other people that have faced some sort of traumatic experience because of their size felt like, okay, I'm not alone and it's gonna be okay. And even if I did experience that, I could still be great and I could still excel in this area. So I just want to thank you for giving people the platform to share those raw emotions. And I thought I was like a lot of people that were speaking, or they had to take a minute to catch themselves. Yeah. because it's a long time coming. So thank you so much, and I'm giving you your flowers. I feel like we're in the age where we only give people their flowers when they're not alive to smell them. So I'm giving you your flowers.
Thank you.
Let's also talk a bit about Queen Size Magazine.
Yeah.
You know, by the time this drops, we may or may not have a surprise coming. So please share about all the excellence, like drink. About Queen Size Magazine, and again a little bit about how you started and.
So Queen Size Magazine has been around for a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Sorry, over a decade. Sometimes I forget about our rebrand, but
Okay.
we've been out for a while. And the reason why I started, well, let me back up for a second. True story.
Okay.
So it was my first publication. Right?
Okay.
I started another publication, and it wasn't something that was personal to me. So I got bored after a year, right? But I knew that I wanted to stay in the publication arena, so I had to find something that was personal for me. And you know, I'm plus. I've been plus most of my life.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so let me just start a publication where I will allow plus size women to just kind of share their story on who they are and how amazing they are, you know, in their bodies. So it was a lifestyle publication, and then a few years later we introduced fashion into it. After one of my writers was like, hey, we should talk about fashion. And I was like, yeah, that's all on you, because I'm not the fashion girl, you know what I mean? So we introduced fashion, and it became a fashion and lifestyle publication. And I quickly learned about fashion. I learned about fashion. I learned a little bit about makeup, but Queen Size Magazine taught me a lot,
Right.
a whole lot in the years that I've been doing this. Because you know, there are some things I just did not know about. When you go into a publication, it's like you think that, okay, I'm gonna get writers. We're gonna put out a publication every month, but there's so
much more work to it.
Look, what's in this cup? 'Cause child, we know.
Honey, I'm a pretend graphic designer. I'm not. I had to learn all of that, but you know, it's a learning experience that I'm really passionate about. So we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Tawana. What was the thing that like was most impactful since you've like created Queen Size Magazine for yourself? Like what in that creation of this publication like has really been like life changing for you?
So honestly, it was personal for me because honestly, I felt validated. I did, and so you know, I'm able to read people's stories and be like, yeah, cheer them on, something like that. But for me, I think it's important to live in your purpose, right? And so it takes a while to learn what your purpose is, right? And so I learned what my purpose was. My purpose for me, I wanted to help people, right? Whatever it is that I did, I just wanted to be of help to somebody, right? And so for me, when I was working with people and publishing people and giving people opportunities, so to speak, and then for people to come back and just say thank you, right? To be a part of people's personal journeys, their personal growth, for me was very validating. So I feel like, you know, what I do, I feel validated because I feel like I'm helping people.
That would make me cry.
So I think, you know, Toya and I speak, and I don't want to say privilege is the word. That's just the word that comes to mind. But, you know, your plus size life has been, I want to say less traumatic. Like, I think plus size first.
Right.
Toya.
I don't think.
And I think the benefit of having someone who isn't is that sometimes, like, I'm on the ledge.
Right.
And I'll call Toya, and because her thinking is reverse, it'll be like, it's fine. And this goes for so many things: traveling, dating. Sometimes I feel like I'm not worthy of something just because I'm thinking size first, you know? Yeah. And I think that balance, especially in your immediate circle, is very helpful because, you'll think your way out of a great situation or out of a gift that was meant for you. I think in starting Shapely, experiencing things like the Full Figured Industry Awards and it's allowed me to sit in my experience but not stay there.
Mm.
And then use it to help others and give to others. And to piggyback off of what you said, you know, we find our way of helping people what's natural to us, right? So for you, it may be through QSM, the Full Figure Industry Awards and everything. For me, Shapely, Snap Scene, things like that. So I feel a togetherness in aligning with those core values. I feel a togetherness in aligning with those beliefs, because I really feel like sometimes to navigate this world, it really takes a community.
Yeah.
And if we all had this, if we all brought the same thing to the table, we will all have a void. So
I want to piggyback on what you're saying too. I also think for me it was like the reverse, just like you were thinking size person, I wasn't. It did. There was ignorance there for me. Like I didn't realize that certain people's experiences were drastically so different. So I want to say thank you for like, you know, showing me that, because it changed like my experience too, and realizing that some people really have so much anxiety about going to certain spaces or doing like having certain experiences, and I don't know, I didn't realize that there were people who were really thinking about like this is really like taking up so much of your mental space. And I'm grateful to that I'm happy I didn't really think that way, but at the same time I'm happy that I'm aware of it now, because now it's like you treat people differently, you handle people differently. So yes, that was a service to me. I feel like
you know, that's
growth.
fair, because I talk to people, and I honestly, going through the Full Figure Industry Awards, actually had this conversation with a couple of people, and the response was, in terms of being nominated, is like, oh, I don't want to be nominated just because I'm fat. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
And so this was actually
Wow.
conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
And so people were like, you know, I don't have struggles. You know what I mean? And that's fair, but most of us do,
Right.
right? And it's not about honoring people just because
They're plus size.
they're plus size. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just, you know, one of the qualifications. It's a Full Figure Industry Awards. It's a space for full figured people, right?
Yes.
So of course that's one of the qualifications. But we're not honoring you because you're a
Plus
plus
size,
size.
yeah.
because everybody would get an award.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why, right? You get an award. You get an award. So that's why we have the categories.
Yeah.
You know, there's some amazing
People,
who
yeah.
are living in their truth, and you know they are plus size,
And they happen to be plus size too. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you think about it, mainstream don't see us like that.
They
So
don't.
somebody has to. So, and it's okay to, if you don't see yourself that way, it's okay if you don't recognize other people's struggles, but it doesn't mean that the struggle is not there.
Thank you. Like empathy, acknowledgement. I think just as humans, we can use so much more of that. But greatness was in the room. Excellence was in the room. Togetherness was in the room. I also want to shout out Heidi for even putting me on. I wouldn't have been in that seat if it wasn't for her. Thank you, girl.
Hi, Heidi.
and things like that. So again, I wanted to take this moment, this episode, to give you your flowers. Also, Philip, who's off camera, I want to give him his flowers too.
Yes.
you rock, and just more of that, and I'm excited to be a part. The next segment is events we're looking forward to, right?
Yes.
One of them is, can you guess? The Full Figure Industry Awards. So tell them about it, T. Tell them about it.
So this year's show is going to take place on November 4th. Same location, the Jamaica Performing Arts Center. Tickets are on sale
Now.
Right now.
Okay.
So the website is theffias, THEFFIAS.com.
We'll drop it like right there
Yes.
somewhere.
And you can purchase the tickets until they are gone.
Yes.
And the show sells out every year.
Oh wow.
So
That's
every
great.
year,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah, that's great. That's a
Yes. So don't wait until the last minute to get your tickets. And so we are honoring this year. I hate doing this to myself because so much pressure remembering. So we are honoring Gianluca, the guy the author of The Power Plus.
Okay.
We are honoring Mike Moss.
Okay.
Of Big Man Culture.
Okay.
We are honoring. Hold on. Sharon Quinn,
okay,
the original runway diva.
Oh wow.
Then we have Zach Bell, who is the she's a designer of John Mark Collections and co-founder of National Curves Day.
Okay.
There is more. Johnny Big. And you guys know I have an award that I've named after my sister,
correct,
which is called the Keisha Monique Coddling Confidence Award. That is going to Zach Bell. And then we have the Advocacy Award, who's going to Gianluca, the author of The Power Plus. Then we have Icon, which is Shanice Lewis.
Okay.
Lifetime Achievement is going to Sharon Quinn.
Damn, all this with no card. That's off the top. Like, that's off the top.
Oh, yeah, because I talked to people all the time.
Okay.
So, and then we have the entrepreneur, which is Mike Moss of Big Man Culture. So those are our 6 honorary awards.
Okay.
And then there's 14 category awards.
Wow.
So there's designer. I'm not naming them all. Designer, photographer. Models, emerging models,
stylists. See, Atara Styles had just announced that she was nominated for 2nd year in a row. Her speech was moving to me. Like it stuck with me. Her speech was moving
That
to
was
me.
what I had talked about the most. She's like, Toya, oh my God, this is such. I'm so moved. I was crying. I was like, girl, calm down. What happened?
Get it together.
So I'm excited. Like, this will be my first time attending, so I'm really excited.
True story. I was backstage crying too. I was boo-hooing because that's one of the things that people do ask me about. What is your favorite part, right?
Right.
And so for me, it's the speeches.
Yeah.
It's the speeches.
Yeah.
I love it.
Another event we're looking forward to is the Big Brunch by Taylor. Insert applause here. It's happening November 5th, right after. So if you're in town, you have a weekend planned for you, okay? It's right after.
Yes.
There are a ton of events coming up. 2024, Kirby Ventures just announced their size acceptance beach party. You have Plus Dimensions. There's so many Pure Plus. If you guys go to shapelyevents.com, if you view our events page, you would see we have a very robust listing. You can search by personality type, or you can search all events. So if you're shy, there's going to be an event there.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, we try. That was Toya's idea, by the way. But I'm going to say wait. You can also list an event for free. We have free listings and paid listings. You can also list events. So tap in with us, guys. Tap in with us.
So I have a question.
I'm listening.
I want you to.
Okay. Let's switch to the QSM side of the interview.
So what's the difference between the paid and the free?
Okay. That's a good question.
Free, it lands on the events page, and I'm not gonna say we don't run it through our stuff, but we're not obligated to. So we do throw it in there sometimes. Paid, you're damn near everywhere.
You're featured.
Social, you're featured on the website, homepage, depending on when your event is, and how many people bought listings. But you're throughout the site. You're twice a month, guys. Twice a month, sign up for our newsletter.
That's what's up.
We send out emails to people with all the events listed on the site,
events.
So you'll be in there.
Y'all gotta pay for these.
You're hitting people in their inbox. You're hitting people on social. You're hitting people on .com, on the webpage. So there's so many ways for your event to get out if it's a featured list.
And
that's what's up.
Events page is our most popular page.
It is.
Most visited, most traffic. So If you want to get your social life together, you need to come to shapelyevents.com. Or if you want to get your event in front of the right audience, this is the place to be.
Get your event snatched. Get it snatched.
Because I've heard conversations about that. Oh my gosh, we need to have one place where all the events are posted so we know what is going on.
That's what Shapely Events is.
That's why we started, people. I was getting annoyed. These Facebook groups, y'all toxic in them Facebook groups. These Facebook groups got everything but events going on. Okay, I just be like, but yeah, so that's the purpose. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Thanks,
Congrats.
Thank you very much. And with that, we say farewell.
I do.
But not before she's gonna drop where to find her, where to find QSM, Full Figure Industry Awards. She's gonna drop it right now. So go ahead. Stage is yours.
Okay, so for Queen Size Magazine, it's queensizemagazine.com. All of the links for our socials on there. However, we are Queen Size Magazine everywhere. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook,
everywhere.
Instagram,
Everywhere.
we are Googleable.
Yeah. I like that.
And then the Full Figure Industry Awards is the Full Figure Industry Awards on Instagram. We were the Fires, but then, Instagram was Instagram, so we had to change our name.
Oh man.
It's okay, but if you go to thefires.com, there's links to all of our social there as well. So it's pretty much the Full Figure Industry Award across the board. So
Nice.
we're easy to find. And even our email address, I have a couple of email addresses, thefires@gmail.com or queensizemagazines@gmail.com.
Simple.
Got it.
You can find us across all platforms again at Shapely Events. Same thing at Shapely Events. We everywhere now.
That's the Shapely Events.
So let's have a little cheers to a good year, ladies.
Yes.
A good year, and we'll catch y'all on the next episode.
You were